Hi, my name is Britt Prentice, and I am in the Los Angeles, California area. And I've been in the restaurant business for about 11 years as a waiter, bartender, and different positions in the restaurant business. How long have I been, or how did I get started in the mystery shopping business? Well, I got to take you back to when I was a kid, and I was watching this sitcom, and I think it was Happy Days or some show like that, and they had a mystery shopper in the episode, and I was like, wow, that's really cool. I would love to be a mystery shopper. That's amazing. I mean, you can test products for free, and you get to keep it. They might even pay you a wage or get a free meal. I was like, wow, does that really exist? I was like, oh, maybe they just made it up in Hollywood or something like that. But anyway, out of sight, out of mind, I got out of college and I got into the workforce. And then I met a friend of mine, and he was a product tester. And that's how I kind of got in, where we would test all sorts of products. We would test everything from like sports equipment, golf clubs, to kitchen appliances, kitchen items, razors, stuff for the bathroom, things like that. And then from there I got into mystery shopping and into mystery dining. What's it like to be a mystery diner? Well, there's two things I really like about being a mystery diner. Number one, my opinion counts. I mean, they brought me in there to specifically do an evaluation of that business. And that really kind of feels good that my opinion is so highly valued. And I really try and be very detailed in my evaluations to make sure that I give them really good, constructive, unbiased feedback. And then the other thing I like is that I feel like I'm kind of doing a paid philanthropy. I'm really trying to help people find a great place to eat, or find a great product, or to kind of get rid of the not so great. And I really like that. I like that end of it, and I really feel good about doing that. Now, as far as mystery dining, how do I evaluate? Well, there's basically three different things that I'm looking for. Number one, I'm going to judge kind of over the top. I'm going to judge the service, okay? Were they nice when I walked in the door? Did I get a seat pretty quickly? Did the waitress get my order right? Were they pleasant? I don't want to feel like a bother. Nobody wants to feel like a bother, you know? But were they nice? Or were they just okay? Or were they not even that? That's number one. Number two, of course, the product, the meal. Was it good? Was it great? Was it not so good? Was it absolutely fantastic and amazing? Was the hot food hot? Was the cold food cold? You know, was it presented nicely? If I have bad service, I try not to let it influence the meal, because that's very important. There are two different things. I've had many, many times where I've gone into a place of business and the service was but what I ate was absolutely amazing. And then I've had the opposite happen. So that's really important to differentiate and not let one affect the other. And then the third thing, and in dining it's very, very important, extra important, is was the place clean? Was it pleasant and clean? Was the table set? Was the table clean? Was there crumbs, or were there crumbs in my seat? Don't want to really sit in crumbs just because they quickly cleaned the table, not really very good, and then they left the crumbs on the seat. Okay, things like that. I want a clean experience. Everybody wants to have, you know, clean places when they dine, and so that's really important too. So those are the three main things. Why would I hire a mystery diner? Well, quality control. Absolutely. I want to know who's doing good, who's doing bad, who's doing great, what things are selling, what things customers like and don't like, and so I can adjust my menu and adjust my business to make more money. So quality control, that's why I would do it, 100%. And I think it's a very, very smart thing to do for a pretty minimal investment for somebody to have a mystery diner or a mystery shopper in their establishment. Absolutely. What was the worst? What was the worst experience that I ever had? Well, it goes back a few years, but I was asked to be a mystery diner at a diner, and it was kind of a level diner. It wasn't fine dining. It wasn't, kind of lower end. And so I went there because they had some complaints. And so they wanted to see what was going on. So I get in there, and the waitstaff was pretty nice. I got seated quickly. I got my meal pretty quickly. It was the right meal. Everything like that was pretty good. But then I took my second bite, and I noticed that there was a hair in my meal. So, of course, I called the waitress over, and then she called the manager over. And the manager, he actually, number one, he denied it. He said there wasn't a hair in my meal. And so then I kind of pointed at the hair. I said, you see that thing right there? That's a hair. And he goes, oh, well, it's probably your hair. Your hair got into your meal. And I'm like, so I pulled out the hair, and the hair was like 10 inches long. And it was jet black hair. Okay, last time I checked, I'm chestnut brown, and I'm more like, not 10 inches. Let's put it that way, as far as like my hair on my head. So I was like, this is crazy. And so he's like, oh, well, I'm not giving you any kind of a discount. I'm like, discount? I'm not eating any more of this meal, and I'm not paying for the meal. This is ridiculous. I'm not going to pay for the meal. And he thought I was crazy. I was like, this is terrible. He didn't understand, I guess, that having hair in your meal is, a little disconcerting. Anyway, I filled out my evaluation. I gave it to them, and I don't know what happened, but I hope at least that there's no more hairs in people's meals. Why should you make me your mystery diner? Well, I've got 3 things. Number 1, I'm a chameleon. No, seriously though. I can dress like this and even put a tie on and be real business looking. And then I can grow kind of like a 3-day scratch, mess my hair up a little bit, and wear jeans and a t-shirt, and I'm telling you, I look like I'm straight out of the trailer park. Okay? So, can look very, very different at different places. I can be any man to any person. Okay? Number 1. Okay? Number 2, I love this job. I love finding great places and great products, especially when they're boutiques, little restaurants, independently owned. Now, big chains, that's fine. I've had some great meals at big chains, and not so great, of course. But I like to find those independently owned diamonds, and anything that I can do to do that, I really like, so that not only I can enjoy it, but my friends can enjoy it, and we can enjoy it for years to come. And then the third reason why is, well, I don't know if you noticed, I'm in my wine cellar, that I've become a little bit of a wine connoisseur. I'm not Mr. Expert Guy, but, I'm a pretty good judge of wine. I love wine. I go to wineries and I go to wine country many times a year, whether it's white or red or anything in between. I love it. I love to taste it. I love to find a great wine. There's nothing better than finding a great wine to go with a great meal. That's me. I'm Britt Prentice again. I hope you pick me as your mystery diner. And in the meantime, cheers to all of us.